Greetings to all of you, and I'm really grateful to MGMU for giving me this opportunity for TEDx. The topic that I have chosen today is what drives you to excellence. I remember a quote from the genius Leonardo da Vinci. He once said, "Once you have tasted flight, you would always walk this earth with your eyes looking heavenward, because there you have been, and there you would always long to return." These things, excellence, when you experience it in arts, science, in your own performance, or in the realm of relationships, you would always strive to attain the same level of excellence and will not settle for anything less than that. Have a look at these pictures. Eiffel Tower, Taj Mahal, the fragrant red roses, and these soft petals. They stun us with their marvelous beauty. They stun us with the excellence of creation, of nature, or some made by the human beings. We all, each one of us sitting here, longs to create such marvelous things. And why? The answer is simple. Because we are all human beings. We are different from other animals in terms of having the capability to think, visualize, imagine, and turn that imagination and turn that visualization into reality. This hall where we sit today was not there sometime before. Somebody must have visualized this university and turned it into a reality. And today we interact with each other here. So human beings have this longing to leave a legacy behind because we have this in us. We have the capacity to do it. And that's why we always long to have our name over there somewhere, not in this mundane life. We do live a mundane life every day, but after that, what? And why is this excellence required? Because such things that you see on the screen, they instill a hope in each one of us. They are the highest watermark of a human being's capability. One man's excellence is the testament to the capabilities of the entire human race. This hope is required to each one of us because if we do not have the possibility of greatness, our own greatness, we feel demotivated, we feel frustrated, we feel unfulfilled. And that's why excellence by even one person is important because it tells each one of us that it is possible, that we can also do it, that it's possible to attain that moment of glory for ourselves. But in our mundane life, how do we get to that level of excellence? Where does this solstice from our lowest mundane life to our greatest and the optimum begin? Where does this solstice begin? So I'll share a story with you, how we can attain that level of excellence in our own lives. My story, because each one of us is very well accustomed to our own story. I know mine well, so I share mine. My story began as a young NCC cadet at almost your age, and I had a dream. I wanted to join the military services. I chose my battle because everything, every attainment, every pursuit would feel like a battlefield. You will have to strive hard each day, each moment. You will have to strive hard against the societal rules and conventions. So I chose my battle. And each one of us must choose our battle according to our own orientation. You have been listening to various speakers here. They have done exceptionally well in their own fields. But what is your field? Because each one of you is unique. So we must do in life what drives us well, what leaves us insane kind of thing, what leaves us crazy. That is your battlefield. Because your students, I speak here from your point of view. A lot of students ask me which field of career we must choose. You have already chosen a stream, yes, but what further? Anything that drives you and does not let you sleep and does not make you feel tired even after you have worked the entire day upon it, that is your field. Mine was military, and I did attain that. In 2005, I became an Indian Air Force officer. The message that I derived from my initial failure, there was an initial hiccup between my joining military too. It was this: If you focus your energy on one thing, you will become laser sharp. So after joining military, I was already a class 1 officer. If you want to lead a life of excellence, you have to be on your toes, always, on your toes. If you settle down at one stage of life, after attaining one particular thing, your growth stops. So for me, I chose another wider horizon thereafter. And when you seek, opportunities come your way automatically. This is what I have experienced in my life. In 2009, Indian Air Force has conceptualized sending a women expedition to Mount Everest. I volunteered for it. Sometimes in life it happens that when opportunities knock at our door, we are afraid. We are afraid because we are not prepared. But who is prepared right from the beginning? My advice to you would be, if an opportunity arises, take that step forward with whatever you have in your bag and prepare yourself for the occasion, for the task. So this is what I did. And thereafter, we were trained for 2 long years on various peaks of India, starting from Mount Stoke Kangri, 20,000 feet in Leh, Mount Bhagirathi, Mount Kamet, 25,000 feet, and Mount Sasir Kangri, 25,000 feet in Leh. Thereafter, we also went to Siachen Glacier to train. So that means that our team was exceptionally well trained. And we went on to Mount Everest in 2011 with a lot of hullabaloo, with a lot of expectations and media coverage. This slide that you see on the screen is, I will tell you how Everest is climbed in a brief. It takes 60 days to climb Mount Everest in an expedition-style expedition. So first base camp, thereafter 4 camps are also set up, camp 1, 2, 3, 4, at varying degree of heights, and then you launch for this summit. So we were well prepared and enthusiastic about it. And my team of 20 did very well, created history rather, by putting, out of 14 climber members, 7 members on the top. But as you see on this flag, it was a national flag which was left by my team after successfully climbing Everest in one of the lodges in Nepal. That's kind of a tradition we follow. And on the saffron part, the names of my successful teammates are there. On the green, the names of those who could not, unfortunately, make it to the summit are written. Despite me having been exceptionally fit at that time, I could not make it to the top. And that was a turning point. That was my solstice. I failed. And when you fail, no failure is kind. Failure always shocks you. And the treatment that the world gives you shocks you even more. So you youngsters sitting over here, be ready for that kind of a treatment. Because if you fail to attain your goal, the world is going to be merciless. But that should not deter you. It's only a temporary reaction. What you must do when such occasions arise is introspect. This is what I did. Because if you start blaming others and external factors for your failures, you will never grow. And you will have already justified your failure. But I will quote here a couplet from my Hindi poetry book, Hasratein. हालातों के आगे झुकना वीरों का परिमाण नहीं. हालातों के आगे झुकना वीरों का परिमाण नहीं. लड़ना जाए जो आंधी से, दीपक है वह प्राण नहीं. We are all energy. We all have a constituent of 5 those elements which are called Panchabhutas. And we have the capability to rebuild our lives and attain that excellence, even if we have failed to attain it for the first time. So sit back and try to find out what you could have done better. I went back the next year, launching my own individual expedition to Mount Everest against all odds. This time, I did not have a team, and I had collaborated with a team which was rather not very cooperative. I took all the leave that was authorized to me in a year, so that meant that I will not be able to go home. And due to a lot of circumstances, I had to finance my own expedition. That cost me 21 lakhs at that time. People started calling me a crazy woman. But we have to be crazy if we have to attain excellence. Without that, without putting everything that we have in that one moment for that one task, we can never hope to attain excellence or greatness. So this wall is very special to me. This is the wall that had sent me back on my 2011 expedition. It is at 21,500 feet. And from here, I had returned as a failure the last year. On this wall again, on my second expedition in 2012, you know what happened? The providence would have it, I fell sick again at this very wall. And I had to come back down to 14,000 feet. I was sitting there in a cabin, wooden cabin, small one, with a lot of chest pain, holding my chest, sitting up all night, not able to lie down, and thinking, what now? I had put everything at stake for this expedition. Why? Because my self-esteem was at stake. Whatever we do in life, we have to do it for ourselves. The world will be benefited automatically. That would be a bonus. So here I was sitting there, and there ensued a fight between me and my body. I said, no, I'm not going to give up. This body is a wonderful instrument given to us by God. And I have seen miracles happening time and again in my life. When you tell your body to do something, it does it. It does it. And that is why people are able to run at 90 years of age. That is why people have been able to dive into the ocean and go into the sky. They imagine unimaginable things, and they ask their bodies to do it. And they put everything in that one moment, and they attain excellence. So in that one night, I overcame the hurdle of my own body through my mind. This picture that you see is, I launched that expedition again, climbed all over again. Another attempt was thwarted by the weather, very strong winds. I came back down once again, climbed up once again, and this picture that you see is above that wall, beyond that wall. Later on, this title will have a wider significance in my life. So this is the last 3,000 feet of Mount Everest. It's beautiful, isn't it? It's beautiful, but everything beautiful is also dangerous. Everything beautiful will demand a total annihilation and total surrender of your energies, of your being, to let you come towards it. So this 3,000 feet I started climbing in the night. Just one night between me and the summit. Just one night between my redemption. Just one night between 3 long years of torture to end. And what happens? Life gives you interesting moments. I started, thank you. This moment did not just usher in like this. There was a long night, because when I was climbing this portion, just 1 hour into my climb, I started feeling cold in my foot. Now I'll transport you to Everest. Imagine being at 26,000 feet, which is called now entry gateway to the death zone. Death zone, literally, scientists have given this 3,000 beautiful, dangerous 3,000 feet the term death zone. And then minus 30-degree temperature, a dark night. You assembled in those climbing paraphernalia and climbing into oblivion. And you start feeling cold in your foot. And you remember that there is going to be a long night, and there is a real danger of frostbite, of losing your limbs or dying. Because most of the deaths that occur on Everest occur in this 3,000 feet. So there I faced the dilemma, and then I recalled that training of my mind. If you have to attain any excellent thing, you have to go beyond the mortal, beyond the physical existence. When you transcend the mortal boundaries, only then you become immortal. So I decided to endure rather, that excruciating pain happening in my foot the entire night, and climbed with a little bit of precautions. Then this moment occurred after an 11 and a half hours of climb, morning, 26th May 2012, 7:15 hours. I was able to hold our privileged tricolor in my hands atop the highest mountain of the world. What came with it was humility. This picture, as you see, is stunning again. It is an example of the excellence of natural beauty. You forget what you are, where you are, and you are one with the universe at that moment. I could see only the vast sky above me and this beneath me. Excellence incarnated. This bigger flag I had already showed you, and the smaller flag, I went into the same lodge and put it there beneath it as my mark of gratitude to my organization, the Indian Air Force, and I wrote over it, if you're ready to put everything at stake for your dreams, they do come true. But everything at stake. And this was my price to pay to climb Everest. My toes were indeed frostbitten, very bad. I had to be hospitalized for 3 long months. Again, a dilemma, to climb or not. But do you climb or not? Your toes are really rotten, but then what? Your feet are intact. Your spirit is intact. When fountains freeze, these are another lines written by me. When fountains freeze and no canaries sing, visualize the spring, because mind is a wonderful tool given to us. We can visualize the unimaginable and make it happen. So I was back again, just within a month after coming out of the hospital, and with bandages in my toes, I went to the mountains. Continued climbing repeatedly, had the pleasure to climb Asia's highest volcano in Iran and become the first Indian woman to do so. Annapurna Base Camp Track in winters. Mount Kilimanjaro done in Africa. Mount Elbrus in Russia attempted. Mount Nun attempted. Mount Kanamo climbed in Himachal Pradesh. Barasu Pass. And there would be one more, which I'll talk about later. Then happened this, public speaking, public recognition, it will come automatically. That shall not be the aim. If you have to attain excellence in your life, the purpose has to be the love of the activity. Rest everything will come on its own. That shall not be our purpose. Public speaking is another love of mine, and God has given me plentiful opportunities. I'm really grateful. Public engagements kept happening. I also try to give back to the society in my own way, to the underprivileged children. I was made the brand ambassador for SWEEP Election Commission Program. Then this book, Beyond That Wall, I wrote it in the hospital while I was in the hospital for 3 long months. I wrote this book. The second version has also been printed now and was given Young Writer Award and Sahitya Shri Award for this book. Then the G20, we are all aware of. Our country hosted the G20 presidency last year. I was made the brand ambassador for my state. Doordarshan interview happened, and I was also privileged to be invited to the Republic Day parade to witness it as a special guest of the Government of India. Again, Doordarshan National. This book is about my PhD turned into a book. Sherpas of Solukhumbu. He's the same Sherpa who had climbed Everest with me. You had seen his picture. Poetry books have happened, so we can remodel ourselves. I have remodeled myself and continued my various engagements simultaneously, climbing, public speaking, books. Now this, I will take 2 seconds to talk about it. This is my latest climb, which happened in last December itself, the highest peak of Uganda. This was done after a break of 4 long years, and after I had developed intestinal ulcers, a very bad state of it. And people started saying again that now you must have forgotten how to climb. But do you forget what runs in your blood? When you do something for the love of it, you never forget it. You may lose the stamina, you may lose the resources, but the spirit always remains because it runs in your very blood. That is the crux of attaining excellence. Do what drives you. So again, I was made a brand ambassador. I will sum up my talk with this. Choose your battles wisely. That I have already elaborated upon. Excellence will not come in a day. It will take years and years of sustained hard work. Picasso said, to make a painting in 30 seconds, I had to paint for 30 years. Excellence is not also going to be constant. Your performance will vary. Sometimes you will perform excellently well, sometimes you will fail miserably, which is all right. Try again. Do take that plunge, fear not. Here, I would quote some lines from Erin Hansen. There is freedom waiting for you on the breezes of the sky. There is freedom waiting for you on the breezes of the sky. And you ask, What if I fall? But oh, my darling, what if you fly? Oh, my darling, what if you fly? So with this, I would like to conclude my talk. I would say that you are the sunshine. A few more couplets from one of my poetry books, The Song of the Sky. Subdued you are my orb. Right now, wherever you might be in a subdued form, small orb. Subdued you are my orb. But bigger you grow with each of my strokes. Now fear you not, I have planted fire in the center of your heart. Fear you not, I have planted fire in the center of your heart. In misery or mirth, kindled you would stay. I have seen you on the horizon. Now realize my intent when I painted you crimson. I have seen you on the horizon, you are the rising sun. Each one of you sitting here, I have seen you on the horizon. You are the rising sun. Gather all your rays and illuminate the world. Every mountain will be climbable. Let's stay connected. Choose your company wisely. Walk with those who are already on the journey towards excellence. And together, may you brighten this world with your sunshine. Thank you so much.